off your favorite cap, fire up the rig. We got some space trucking to do. Starring Dennis King Koopa Hopper, Charles Lannister Dance, and Debi Spice Mazar. Space Truckers is 95 minutes of comedic sci-fi adventure that doesn't take itself too seriously, and neither should you. So what's this movie about? Let's keep on space trucking to find out. John Canyon, played by Dennis Hopper, is one of the last independent space truckers. He makes a deal with a space spacestress if you will, to take her to Earth for her hand in marriage. Unfortunately, John's load of square pigs gets jacked. Yes, you heard that correctly. John and Cindy have no way off the station without a load. This forces them to take on a suspicious load full of bioorganic killer robots. It's not long after that they have a run-in with space pirates, and yes, it keeps getting wilder. Space Truckers is a B-movie's B-movie, and I mean that with absolute praise. It has some very disturbing, dark scenes that we're able to just brush off with a laugh despite its disturbing context. For example, they blow Norm from Cheers out of an airlock, but to make it worse, it's more of an airlock breach, so think Alien Resurrection. This movie never bats an eye when it comes to vaporizing dozens of space commandos or space pirates, leaving hunks of mush and smoldering boot leather behind. I'm guessing they made all the blood and guts purple and yellow to bypass getting an R rating, but damn, this shit's pretty fucked up for PG-13. There's almost a slight Cowboy Bebop vibe, but I think that's just all the space yeehaw talking. Space Trucker's set design is, well, par for the course. However, the diner set is a really fun gimmick. The costumes are so gaudy and nauseating that I'm almost convinced whoever was responsible for them went on to do Disney's Xenon and the sequel. Zoom, zoom, zoom. However, whoever was responsible for doing the Interpork logo and making it mock the Oscar Mayer logo, pretty cute. I see what you did there. The robots look pretty damn good and very stylized. They definitely invoke Fallout Assaultron vibes. They kinda lose their intimidation factor once they start to move though. There can't be any tactical explanation to move how they do. I feel like I'm watching a sci-fi edition of America's Next Top Model because it's just a voguing competition. I have one more bone to pick with this whack-ass, very enjoyable movie. There's a whole scene hamming up the fact that Charles Dance has a robo-hog. However, despite its overselling, it under-delivers. Out of all the weird shit this movie does show us, come on, show us the hog. Space Truckers is filled with robots, hogs, not robo-hogs, however it does have a truckload of trivia. Space Truckers was filmed at Ardmore Studios, County Wicklow, Ireland, due to tax break incentives. The robo-warriors in this film were designed by Hajime Soriyama, an illustrator known for drawing sexy robots and horny anime stuff. Director Gordon Stuart was only able to produce this movie due to the success of his last film, Fortress. Here at Airlock Shock, we're huge fans of The Fortress. It was our second episode. All the robo-warrior stunt actors were actually all actresses with the exception of one male. It's probably why they move around so sexy. The robot's eye lasers were initially going to be CGI and look similar to the water tentacle effect in The Abyss. 2 of these shots were produced, however, it proved to be way too expensive for all the laser blasting. Unfortunately, Space Truckers never got a theatrical release, however, it did premiere on HBO. Vernon Wells must have received the typecasting treatment because he plays a very similar role as he did in The Road Warrior. Thanks for tuning in to Airlock Shock. If you've enjoyed today's content, give us a like, a subscribe, and perhaps even drop a comment in the back of the rig. Tune into our sister series, Tape Tomb, featuring Larry Downs. He's constantly adding new tapes to the tomb. I'm Nick Haskin of Nightmare Fuel Streaming, and until next time, stay spacey, friends, and keep on trucking. Yeehaw!